Hi everybody, welcome back to Alexis University. So this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be talking about me actually. So just so you guys can get to know me a little better and kind of know, I kind of did a video already about why I started Alexis University, but just so you can know me a little better and just understand like who I am as a person and more ways that you can connect with me. So, like I said, my name is Alexis. I went to Michigan State University. I graduated. I did 5 years at Michigan State University, so not 4 years like most people do, but I did 5 years at Michigan State University, and I graduated undergrad with a 2.6 GPA. So I know like that's low, and I struggled in the beginning of college. I was actually struggling a lot my freshman year, and I told myself like, this is not who you are. In high school you were on the honor roll. You've been, well, not even just in high school, your whole life you've been on the honor roll, and so like, what are you doing? Like, so I had to snap out of that real fast, and so that kind of helped me through grad school, because with grad school I graduated with a 3.6 GPA. So I was super excited about that, because it kind of brought my confidence back up to like, okay, you're doing much better than you did in undergrad. Some of the things that I'm proud of myself for, I did 2 research projects in grad school. One of the research projects I did was, does social media affect the way college-age women view themselves? So if you're into social media, I'm sure you know the answer is yes. But I pretty much did a survey of college students at Michigan State University, and they were between the ages of 18 and 24. And they took the survey so I could kind of figure out like if certain things made them feel a certain type of way. Like if they saw somebody on Instagram and they posted a certain picture, does that make them feel like they should be look like this person, or doesn't make them feel insecure? So this kind of things like that. And I also did my thesis on, does a woman reporter's background affect her sources in her news stories? And so that was actually about like literally just what the title says. So basically I did a survey with these women on the phone. I called each of these women and I talked to them about it ranged really between like 10 minutes and like up to an hour for one woman that I talked to. But I kind of just got their story. I asked them different questions about what are some of the things that they look for when when they get out there and are trying to put a story together. And I think they went really well overall. I do think that there are some things I could have done differently about that, but I think overall it went really well, and that was actually published, so I'm really excited about that. And both research projects, or presentations rather, I was able to present at the Broadcast Education Association Awards, which is like a journalism awards conference. I presented 2 years in a row based off my submission to the program, and so I was really excited that they accepted my presentation and I was able to present to different schools. A lot of people say you should continue this research, and I eventually want to get my PhD. So I think I'm really interested in the one about social media. Not to say that I'm not interested in the women's survey that I did, but the women's survey was kind of stressful for me, and I'm really interested in social media, and I kind of want to study that more and how it affects people and all those type of things. So I think like when I get my PhD, I'm going to go into that a little bit more. Some of the things I also have done, I worked as a television news producer in Lansing, Michigan while I was getting my master's degree, and I also served for the MIPA contest for journalism students. I served as a judge for that, which is actually like a really cool experience for me, because I was able to see younger journalists kind of like forming their craft and figuring out what they want to do, and so that was really cool for me. And I also did something else for MIPA where I was the presenter for like what it's like to be a television news producer, and so that was really fun because it was like high school students coming in and asking questions about like, how did you get to where you are right now? And I kind of just told them like, I really just worked hard in college, and I made sure that I made connections with my professors, and I also did internships to make sure that I was well prepared for my job. And although I interned as a reporter and I wound up being a producer, I still kind of had a little background in news production and news itself, so I kind of knew what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do, and I also kind of had just like that guiding force behind me to get advice from people if I felt like I was struggling in a certain area. And so I kind of wanted to make this video because I feel like you all kind of know my story as far as why I started Alexis University, but I feel like at such a young age I have accomplished a lot, And a lot of people feel like, you know, being young means that you can't be like big meaning that you can't do a lot because you're so young, you have all this time. But that's not necessarily true. And so I like to tell people my story because, like I said, when I was in college, you would have never in a million years made me believe that I would be as successful as I am now. Like I said, I was struggled my freshman year of college. I was actually on academic probation, like my first semester of college. So to tell me that I went from being on academic probation to graduating with my master's degree and with a 3.6 GPA, like I would have never imagined that. And I feel like people need to understand, like, use your story as a testimony to help other people get to where they think they want to be in life. Because if I didn't have Alexis University, I wouldn't be able to share with you all some of the things that I think are important to help you be successful. Because I know I've been getting some feedback and saying, like, you know, I really think this is a good idea, because I know when I was in college, I didn't have that support system, and I didn't have those people around me to help me say, like, okay, these are some of the things that you need to be aware of. These are some of the things that you need to be thinking about. So I just really felt like that's why I made Alexis University, and that's why I want to, you know, just continue to make you all understand, like, why I think it's just so important for you to be successful, and continue to kind of be like that push for you all to just be successful and just be just the best that you can be in anything that you put your mind to. So I'm always willing to answer questions. If you email them to me at info@alexisuniversity.com, I'm always willing to give advice. Anything that you all think of that you want me to talk about, I'm always willing to do that. Just like I said, send me an email at info@alexisuniversity.com, and I am willing to share my advice either through email, or if I think the topic is something that everybody might be interested in, then I'll, you know, make a video about it or make a blog post about it so that everybody can kind of benefit from that same information. So again, like I said, my name is Alexis, and I so appreciate you all for watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and comment below if you have any questions or comments. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you all soon.